Go.
Hi, my name is Justin Yomark,
And I'm Tommy Terrio.
and welcome back to the CNT podcast.
So today we're going to be talking about the monetary versus sentimental value that cards hold for different people. But I think Justin first has a card of the week he wants to show us.
Yeah, I got this about an hour before we started recording. It's a Blake Taylor rookie, Topps Chrome Auto. I got the chance to interview him before he was on the Astros. I think he was actually with the Blue Jays at that time. It was in the early days of CNT. I believe he was the second player I interviewed after Brendan Davis. Really cool card. I really like Topps Chrome. I have a blast of it coming in soon that you'll see a review about on the CNT Instagram.
Yeah, it looks really cool. And to have a player that's been interviewed, much like Brendan Davis and all the stuff that all the cards and everything else that you have of his, to have somebody that's in the majors now and have stuff of them and their cards as a major league player, that's really cool to see.
It is really cool. Um, the funny thing is, I had a card of him as a prospect also signed when he was with the Pirates, who he was his first major league team he was a part of. I don't believe he made it to the majors with them, but he was a prospect for them. And I'll be honest, as much as I want to start a Blake Taylor PC, I don't really have the need for two Blake Taylor autos. So I'm gonna do the 100 subscriber giveaway only with this Blake Taylor CNC interviewee prospect auto and a CNC old retro sticker, as well as a Blake Taylor rookie card from Topps 2021.
So the full package for a guy that was interviewed a couple years ago and is now seeing his dream realized and playing in the majors.
This is everything you'll get in the giveaway if you win. So check out Cards and Talk on Instagram. It will be posted around the same time as this episode. So make sure to check it out. Make sure after you watch the full episode, go check out the giveaway so you have a chance to win all of this.
And I'm more interested to see who wins because I know Justin doesn't want to lose this card.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest, I like this design a lot better. I like the Topps Chrome a lot better. And this one's a rookie, not a prospect, so I'd much rather keep this card.
For sure. So let's
So
get let's
again,
get on and
that is the 100 subscriber giveaway. So once we hit 100 subscribers, don't expect another giveaway. We're doing this one only.
yep, sounds good. So let's get on into this actual episode. So I'm gonna
Yes.
first talk about my collection. So I like to consider myself a much more sentimental collector than some. I value cards who I PC and even those who I don't PC probably more than I should. I'm generally more stingy when it comes to our deals. Justin likes to throw everything he can at me. There's always one or two cards every time. But first, I wanted to show off. This was card of the week, actually, I believe it was 2 weeks ago now. I'm gonna show off the Jonathan Dawes. Actually, it's probably last week, isn't it? Yeah, it's last week.
Uh,
So here's
Might have been.
the Jonathan Daza rookie auto out of 10. So I mean, we've already talked about it some, but I really like Daza, and despite the fact that the Rockies really have not that much going for them in terms of young talent, to see just these couple of guys, Zach Veen, Jonathan Daza, these young guys who are coming up and promise some sort of hope of a bright future. I really like to see that.
I agree. So my collection, it's a little bit of different than Tommy's. Um, I am I'm a little bit of both. All my sentimental values are in my PC, and a few non PC cards that probably will never move on from my collection because I have sentimental value. But anything that's not PC or one of the not handful, some of the few cards that I have sentimental value, I'm all about making money on it, doing trades with them, selling them to increase the value of my total collection. So, and that's also not me saying I hate the card or the player of it. In fact, I'll show one right now. Ivan Rodriguez Relic. This was shown in a recent interview. It's an awesome card. I like Ivan. I'm actually a really big fan of his, but at the same time, this isn't PC. And there's like, if I could trade this for Nick Madrigal Relic, I'm gonna do that because Nick Madrigal's PC, and it would probably have more value than this, arguably, if it's a rookie one. So that's how my collection differs from Tommy. And so when I always add that 1 or 2 cards, it's never a card that I have sentimental value to.
Yeah, I
Now
mean, again, that makes sense.
My first sentimental card I'm showing is this David John Hawes auto 1/1. Again, another player I got a chance to interview. Super nice guy who is killing it this year. He started out in low A, lights out. He rarely gave up a run, and then he's only pitched 1 start in high A. He gave up 0 ERA. I think it was 6 strikeouts in 5 innings. He was absolutely dealing. I cannot wait to see him get called up again. I'm telling you, he's going to be very good. He's a very underrated player, prospect, I should say. He's going to be good. He's having a great year.
Yeah, can you show the card again? I want to look at the design again.
Oh, yeah, of course. It is Leaf, but it is a 1/1.
Yeah, it
It's
does
a
still look
the
cool.
blank patch 1/1.
Oh, those are always fun.
I don't know if they'll be able to see the 1/1.
Yep, I can see it.
Focus
Let's hope they
well.
can see it as well.
Hopefully. Now, my next card I'm showing, not a sentimental, Will Myers auto. I don't love Will. I don't hate Will. It just, he's in the middle. I am looking to move this card, actually. I don't love him. I'd just rather, like, it's been in my collection for probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I'm just ready to trade it and get a newer card, a new fresh design in my collection.
Yeah, I mean, Gypsy Queen puts great products out there, the great card design, but if it's somebody you're not really attached to and you really want to like increase that value like for somebody else and for yourself, like having those cards is, I mean, I'll acknowledge that that's still a great way to do it. So for me, I'm going to show off a sentimental card for me that isn't PC, but just another way for me that I find, sentimental value in cards. So for me, I'm going to show off next this Dinelson Lamet camo relic out of 99.
It's a
And
4-color patch.
yeah,
I
I
know it
love
because
it.
I traded it to you.
Yeah, so funny story. This was the first ever relic that I pulled, but then I traded it to Justin. I'm not sure off the top of my head what the deal was for, but then I brought the Lamet back a couple years later, and I'm super glad to have this back in my collection. I love the memory of my first card, like my first relic, and that's just a cool thought to me.
Yeah. I believe when I traded for it, it did not have as much trade value because it was when he was younger, and then he had a pretty good year this year, and so the trade value was much higher for you to trade for it back.
Yep, I think you really kind of swindled me there, my friend.
Maybe. My next card is one that Tommy has tried to get multiple times, and if he does, he would definitely have sentimental value to it. Freddy Freeman Relic. There's going to be more that he has sentimental value that aren't even his that he wants to trade for. Freddy Freeman Relic. This is one of the first relics I pulled myself out of a Don Russ blaster box, and I pulled it in 2018. It's 2017 because that was a lot cheaper. It was on sale, so I got that instead of a 2018 one. And like I got it before it was MVP. Just a super cool card. Next up, it's a top 3 favorite card in my collection. Top 3 sentimental value. My PC number 4 was traded to the Cubs. It's Nick Madrigal auto numbered to 10. I'll see if you can see it. That's just the wrong way. I doubt you'll be able to see it. You can probably see the numbering there. It's number 4 out of 10, one off of me in his jersey number in college, which was number 3. I pulled this and I started to PC him after it because it was like the first card numbered anything under 100 that I pulled myself that was also signed. So just a really awesome card that I have so much sentimental value to.
Again, we talked about good looking cards. I mean, come on, you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
get much better than that X with the rainbow. Oh man.
It's my favorite card design of all time. 2018 Panini Elite Extra Edition. Favorite product of all time. Favorite card design of all time. It is beautiful.
I imagine that also has to do with the card you got out of it.
I do have a Toulowitzki at a 100 card and an auto from it. I didn't pull either of those. I traded for one and was gifted one.
Nice.
Next up is actually a card that I have a tiny bit of sentimental value to, but not enough for me to not trade it. A rookie Donruss Sixto Sanchez Relic. I don't love the card design, but I love the player. I love Sixto Sanchez. I have a ton of Sixto Sanchez rookies that I'm hoping just skyrocket when he gets called up for good. I really like Sixto, and so I traded for it. I want to say it's available right now. Like some of these non-sentimental cards I have still won't be available because I'm holding on to them for them to grow value.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'll say about Donruss before, that was Donruss, correct?
Yeah, this was 21 Donruss.
Yeah, the one thing I will say about Donruss's product is that sometimes it can be kind of bland, kind of boring.
Mhm.
But I still though, I mean, I was talking about Sixto a little harsh. I will admit in our prospects episode, but I will say, I mean, what he did in September last year and what he can hopefully do next year, that value will skyrocket.
I have so much faith in him. Dude, if I the insert rookies I have, if I had them out, I would show them, but they're all put away, so I'm not gonna get them right now. But if you want to see them, they're posted on CNT cards. Oh, they're
Yeah,
nice. I have so much faith in Sixto.
yeah. I mean, I'll admit, before the during the fantasy draft, I was hoping to pick him up. So
Yeah, and then I dropped him in like what round
15,
like
something like somewhere in there.
15, and then he just didn't play.
It's unfortunate, but he still has a bright future.
As this episode's being recorded, we're both in round one of playoffs, both pretty close but down. By the time this is out, we'll know if we had won or not. But as of right now, we're not playing each other, but we're both like so close to winning, but also not winning yet.
We're trying to get there. We're trying to get there. um,
I did rank. I finished a game better than him. I want the record to know. I finished a game better than him.
there you go. The secret's out. He finished the game better than me. Hats off. The episode's done there. He did it. Congratulations.
But the one time we played each other, you beat me, right?
Correct. Week 1, I win.
It was week one, was
It
it?
was week 1.
I didn't realize it was week one.
Yeah. So my next card
Okay.
is actually, I'll just spoil it. So at some point soon, a post on Instagram is going to come out about my top 10 favorite players of all time, like of every era.
We'll actually go out before this episode is posted.
Oh, sweet. There we go. So my number one, it's Troy Toulowitzki. I loved him on the Rockies. I mean, come on. He was such an exciting player. And I was super lucky. I picked this up at the local card store. I mean, come on, the size of the patch, the auto, all in all, one of one. Absolutely. I mean, again, this is another one of my favorite cards. There's some cards that are bland, but this one, I really love this card design.
Mm-hmm. So that card that is that was posted on TikTok for your PC cards. That's already been posted as when we record that. I thought you were talking about a different card.
Nope,
That's
that's
my
mine.
mistake.
I love
My
that.
mistake. Next up is a player I absolutely hate, Rookie Auto. I want to move this card so bad. I thought it would be really easy to flip. I'm having a hard time. Amir Garrett, Rookie Auto. I hate this guy. Javier Baez is so much better. I got it for an insanely great trade though. Like I don't want to like discredit the other collector, but I easily won the trade. I traded for like two top 2021 rookies. I easily got a ton of value back. I thought I could flip it very easily. I'm having a very hard time flipping it. It grosses me out every time I see it because as a Cubs fan, I don't like Amir Garrett at all.
Yeah, I think a
But my
lot of other
next
players. don't like him
The
either. A
next
lot of other
sentimental
fans.
card is probably my favorite sentimental card I have. My favorite player of all time, Alfonso Soriano, auto out of 160. I'm as a kid, like before I was even like really into baseball, like I liked baseball and I collected like base. I loved Alfonso Soriano. I just did, and one time I dropped like I only had like one base of him, and I dropped it, and it got like something happened to. I don't actually remember what, and it just got destroyed. And I was so upset, and so when I saw that card, I had to buy it.
Yeah,
Easily,
I would too. I love Soriano as well. Not as much as
Mhm.
you, obviously, but
Yeah, I actually want to get an auto of him in a Cubs jersey, but there's not actually very many card wise, and his prices are not as cheap as I thought they were either when I first got
unfortunately,
into
yeah.
collecting. Next up is a Max Miles, non-sentimental Max Miles auto relic out of 199, top 100 prospects. I really like Max, I'll be honest, big fan of his, but again, the players I like more, and this is a card I would flip. It is available for the right offer. I do kind of want to hold on to it, see what he becomes, but I would say it is available.
Nice. So, do you have one more card you want to show, or do you want to go into mine, another one of mine next?
I believe it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the guy. So we're gonna go off the baseball path for a minute. So as you can tell from my Rockies PC, and you might be able to see some of the things behind me, I'm not sure, but I love pretty much all Denver sports teams, and this one's one of them. Javante Williams. I actually got this from Justin recently.
Not too long
Uh,
ago.
I love Javante. He's a beast runner. He was amazing at UNC, and hopefully he can be the next great power back for the Broncos. But we shall see what his future holds.
hmm I actually got a card that was sentimental to me in that trade as well, but it's not one of the ones I have out. I won't lie. It was the Casey Mize mini rookie from Allen and Ginto. Next up is a player who I love and a card I don't really want to trade at the moment. Reese Hoskins Relic out of 150. Awesome card, really great card design as well. Like I want to say I'm looking to move it, but at the same time, I would be willing to move it.
Yeah, I think
Then another sentimental, a Brennan Davis Bowman Stoling Auto.
there it is.
Beautiful card. I have another Brennan Auto, but this one is easily my favorite. This one's authenticated. Brennan authenticated the other one himself. He told me it was real, but this one is just an absolute beauty of a card. Huge Brennan fan. Cannot wait for him to get called up.
It's such a beautiful card. Having
Mhm.
that connection's amazing.
This is a card Tommy wants very, very badly. He has sentimental value to it, and he has never owned it. Out of 299, triple patch auto, DJ LeMahieu in his Rockies uniform. Beautiful card. Tommy wants it very badly. He's been close, but has not quite gotten it yet. However, he probably will within the next year.
I imagine so. I'm really hoping to get that card. I mean, one of the few people, I think he's the first person to ever win a batting title in both the American League and National League,
hmm Having a down
which,
year this year, though.
yeah,
You want to show another
unfortunately.
sentimental card you have?
Sure. So another one, so this is my second or third one that's non-PC. So a player that I personally love, Justin's not going to like this one very much.
Oh, don't you dare.
Brandon Woodruff. So my thoughts on Brandon Woodruff. I mean, he's been amazing for the past couple years. I mean, there's not much else to say about him. Unfortunately, Justin's a Cubs fan. He's a Brewer. It's going to happen, but
I have a lot to say about him.
I imagine you do. But Brandon Woodruff's an amazing player. He's an amazing pitcher. I mean, he's the workhorse of that rotation. Nothing else to say really.
Very talented player. Very annoying player. Honestly, I would not be upset if he chose to retire tomorrow.
I didn't think
Next
you
up,
would be.
I have this Seth Curry RPA. I do have a little sentimental value attachment to this, but it is available for the right offer. I have a lot of faith in Seth Curry, and I think this card will skyrocket. I got it for an insane deal. I got it for only $10. I think it will quadruple the value by the end of his rookie season alone.
Yeah, I mean, he shows a lot of promise.
I have so much faith in him. Next up is he made his return to Chicago today. Chris Bryant authenticated auto. Chris Bryant was my favorite player. I'm still trying to get over the fact that we traded him. He's not my favorite anymore, but he is still top 3, maybe top 4. But absolutely beauty of a card. I just can't believe we traded him.
I mean, I don't know where my head's at. I mean, Bryant was an amazing player for you, and I mean, as much as it'll hurt you to hear this, I mean, he's been amazing for the Giants too.
I know. Next up, I want to move on. I don't want to think about Bryant not on the comes. Victor Robles, rookie, tops clearly authentic auto. I have no sentimental attached to this. Kind of looking to move it. Got it for. I might have overpaid a little bit for it, but I have a lot of Nationals cards that I think I can include to get a huge card. Just trying to find that right Nationals fan right now.
Yeah, I mean, Robles, very very up and down, interesting career. But I mean, I'm gonna keep going on. I could probably name about half of the types of cards that are out there, but I mean, the Clearly Authentic's another one that just looks so cool.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't look great on display though, because it's clear.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, something I've noticed.
So my next card, I mean, it was a toss up. My top 2 players, it was a toss up. Was it Tulo or was it this guy? Another guy I don't like to see traded, but it is what it is. Nolan Arenado,
Rockies both
rookie,
lost a
rated
star third
9.
baseman within a year.
Say that again.
The Cubs and Rockies lost a star third baseman within a year.
It hurts, but I mean, hopefully he can do good things for the rest of his career. It's hard to see a player like that go, especially under the circumstances in which he left, but he gave so much for the team. What else can I say?
Devastating. Next up is a card I had a Vlad Jr. auto out of 75. It was never card of the week because I got it well on vacation, and then I was gone a whole ton over the summer and just couldn't. As you probably noticed, there hasn't been a ton of card of the weeks over the summer before Tommy joined on to the podcast. So it was never able to be a card of the week. But I know the guy who I traded to very well. He's gonna come on the podcast. He's gonna have it as card of the week soon. This is one of the cards I got in return. I do have sentimental value to it, but I mainly got it to flip, which is this Todd Frazier relic out of 25, number 13. A very nice card. I had a ton of sentimental value to the Vlad card. Really sad to see it go, but it had to happen.
Yeah. What program is that, by the way? Just before you go to the next one, what program is that?
It's one of it's National Treasure.
Oh yeah, those ones are really cool. I
Very,
like
very
those.
high end. Next up is the only non-PC card that I have sentimental value to. The only one I'm showing. There's others that I didn't show. But Tatis 1 of 1. I got this before Tatis was like insanely great. And I got it for 70. I won't hide the price. It seemed like a lot back then, but it's over 400 if he wins MVP, probably over 500, maybe even 600. It's just worth so much, and I would probably never trade or sell it. You might be asking, how do I know the price? There's other color variants. There's the red one sold. I said it's 450. The red one sold for 550. This is the gold one. So honestly, I could sell it for more, but I'd keep it under 100 of what recently comped. So that's how
Yeah.
I it's not really, you can't say hard concrete that that's what it's worth. That's just my best estimate, I guess.
Yeah. Such a cool card design. I mean, it's kind of unique because that's not something you see very often, but it looks really cool.
hmm And so, Otani BCCG 10 Japan card, looking to move this. If you want it, hit me up. I would love to move this card. I don't like Otani much. He's great. I invested a lot into him to trade off, which I have. I've made a lot of card value off of Otani this year, and looking to trade this one too, or sell if you want to buy it.
I mean, I'm surprised for a long time you said that was untouchable. That was untouchable. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I waited for him to be good to want to move it. Most people sold off their Otani. I know people who, like last year, threw in Otani rookies as extras in trades. Like a lot of people gave up on. I held on to him in case it became great, and it's paid off.
Yeah, it's paid
Um,
off insanely well.
what to say? Hold on. This Max Meyer, an Otani rookie pretty much started for me. It was a bigger trade than that, but an Otani rookie was the main part of it, and it got me that. And an Otani rookie helped get me a Top Stone Blaster box that hasn't come yet.
Nice.
So I've made a lot off of Otani's.
Yeah, I mean, the Otani hype has certainly helped benefit those who stuck around like you did.
hmm I believe you have one more sentimental card.
Yes, this one's actually not a card. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but this is my Yogi Berra. It's funny because this is actually a postcard. This is a postcard from the National Baseball Hall of Fame. I found this again at the local card store, just signed by him. It was PSA certified, and I was like, I have to pick this up. And this one just goes beyond any team, I mean, yeah, it's Yogi, but it goes beyond any of that. It's having like the beacon essentially for baseball, the Baseball Hall of Fame, housing every legend, even Larry Walker's SpongeBob shirt. Everything's in there.
hmm If you don't mind me asking, how much was it?
I believe when I bought it, it was 50, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised to find something like that for only 50.
That's a steal. I don't know.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Next up, I have a GMA Michael Conforto Force Bowman Chrome. Don't have sentimental value. No, I mean it was. I believe it was actually one of my first graded cards. So there's like a little, but I would move it just fine. I'm actually going to show my last non-sentimental card and then show my last sentimental card. Eloy Jimenez rookie PSA 9. I got this at the local card store with Tommy. I have a little sentimental value, but it's a lot more non-sentimental and monetary because I got it for so cheap. It was an absolute steal. Got it for, it was 10 or was it 15?
I believe it was 20 when you got it.
20? No, I don't think I would have paid that much for it. Pretty sure it was 15.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
It just, he's been playing great since getting back. Uh, I am looking to move it, but also wouldn't mind holding. Just waiting for it to grow up in value a little bit more. But for the right offer, I would trade or maybe even sell. Last up, easily the most sentimental card I have. Cole Reuter, Force Bowman from Auto, PSA 9. Absolutely beautiful card for a great guy. He's come on the podcast multiple times. Overall, such a great guy.
Yeah, I mean, I unfortunately hadn't joined soon enough in order to get to interview him either time. But I mean, he gave great interviews both times. Seems like a great guy.
Mhm. That's it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching.
Yeah, make sure to check out the Instagram giveaway post.
Yeah. Also, before we go, we have a new schedule for content. We're dropping stuff every day. It'll be posted on Instagram on the story just Monday. But overall, new content every day. So make sure to stay tuned. It ranges from YouTube, new content on YouTube, on Instagram, and TikTok. So just stay tuned for all of that.
We can't wait just to roll all this new stuff out.
Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week.